Good morning, everyone. I just had to start this vlog with the views out of this window because I actually can't believe how incredible these borders, especially this one, is looking outside of here, because obviously these were planted not even a year ago and they are just so well established. It's unbelievable. Our cup and saucer vine is also flowering beautifully. It's the most interesting vine to watch flower in that capacity. It's just so interesting. It almost looks like a seed pod, and then it just erupts into this purple flower. And we've also had that all strung up as well, so it's probably going to go up most of the front of the or the back of the house. But we are looking at evergreen options as well. But yes, I just had to show you this view because the colour is unreal, absolutely unreal. Good morning, everyone. Ali and I have had the loveliest start to the day. I was up super early, had a PT session, and it was actually my third PT session of the week. We managed to get in an extra one because it's Friday today, and I have loved it. I've done 2 runs this week, which I'm kind of struggling to get into a routine around my PT. I've really found my rhythm with him, but I want to do more around it. I'm just struggling to find the time. I think maybe because the weather's been a bit wet as well. I find it so much easier to run when the weather is good, and I've definitely not been running. The other thing that I really want is I want to start a Pilates class. I want to really focus on doing a few times a week Pilates, just in terms of my posture. I think I've spoken about my posture quite a lot on my channel before, and I kind of want to just really strengthen everything and do something that's just a little bit less focused on maybe muscle building and cardio, and just, I don't know, I'd really like to do that more regularly. I think I need to search in to find a good sort of local Pilates class, or someone, maybe they do one at Farmhouse, I don't know. I'll try and see if they've got one. But yeah, that's something that I really want to do. And so we started off the day with that, and then we've gone for a dog walk. And last night I cleaned out the chickens, which was I think one of their, we gave them a good clean out, everything, disinfected the whole coop and gave them some fresh bedding. Well, what we found out is that 2 of our chickens are actually younger, so they're not laying just yet. We've got a few more weeks until they probably start laying, and I'm basically doing a little sort of vitamin boost for the chickens at the moment, so I'm refreshing their water quite regularly, and I need to go down and check and see if there are any eggs today, because I went down this morning, threw them some corn, but need to go and check the actual coop after cleaning it out as well. But I've had so many questions at the moment about my skin, so I just wanted to quickly pop this in here, because I'm going makeup free today because I've got acupuncture later and I've got a wedding tomorrow, and I just want to give my skin a chance to breathe. It's sunny outside. I'm just having one of my usual kind of nature days, which, yeah, I always feel a little bit better when I'm makeup free, because I can just get outside, let the air on my skin, let the sun on my skin with SPF, and it's just generally how I spend most of my days. I'm wearing a lovely light linen dress. This one is from Arvel, and it's super comfortable. And just, it's not like me to wear something that's so loose like this, but it's actually really good for pottering around the garden, so I've enjoyed it. But what I wanted to do was just talk to you about my skincare a little bit, because I feel like I actually haven't updated you on my skincare in quite a while, but you'll recognise the product I'm about to talk to you about, because it has been one of those products that has made the biggest difference on my skin overall, I think, over the past the past year. I feel like my skin at the moment is, it's consistent. I think that's the best thing that I can say my skin is at the moment, is it's consistent. Whereas before, if I maybe had some kind of breakout or that wasn't hormonal, I kind of had to sort of eliminate things. But I know that if I just strip things back and take it back to my Skin and Me Daily Doser, I know that my skin instantly goes back to normal. I get the same amount of glow, the same amount of radiance, any sort of congestion or blemishes. I think in one of my last videos I had some hormonal spots, and I just strip everything back and go back to my Daily Doser. Now this is probably one of the most innovative skincare products I think I've ever used. It's designed by dermatologists, so it's basically a group of dermatologists have gone, there is something that we can do here that really ensures that we're tailor making skincare to the individual, because just like diets, just like makeup, like our skin and our bodies react differently to each other. We're not the same, we're not carbon copies of each other, and so we need different things, we focus on different things. And basically with Skin and Me, you just fill out a questionnaire online and you let them know the things that you're focusing on, whether it's fine lines, whether it's radiance, whether it's sallow skin, all of those kinds of things. And they essentially put together a personalized formula for you, and it's by the professionals at Skin and Me. They put it all together for you and send it out to you. You get sent it once a month, so you get your daily doser in the post. It's like completely faff free, and it's my constant. It's the one thing that I always know that if I'm packing light, I just have to throw this in my bag: a good cleanser, a moisturizer, and an SPF. It's the one thing that I actually always recommend to people. My assistant was speaking to me the other day and she was like, I really want to get something for my daughter. I want to get something that's going to really help her skin. I don't want her going into like local pharmacies and just buying really, really cheap stuff, but I want to get her something that's actually going to impact her skin. And I was like, genuinely, I would say that this is the best place to start. Obviously check with age restrictions and check with what it is that she's struggling with, but if you want to make a real impact on your skin and target the areas that you want to target with really high quality products that are proven scientifically, professionally, and beautician-y, then this is the one thing that you need. And this is the one thing that I think is going to make the biggest impact in your skin. It definitely has on mine, and I continue to use it. Everyone in the team uses it, and it's like my recommendation. So even if you've got like a daughter or someone or a son and you want to get something into their routine that's going to really sort of switch up their skincare routine, I would highly, highly recommend this. I also love that for men, this is so like, it's just neutral. Like it's not, you know, pink and fluffy on the side. So if men want to get into this, if they're looking at introducing Skin and Me into their skincare, this can be done for them. And it's just, it looks professional, it is professional, and the products and ingredients that are inside are tailor-made to them. So whatever it is they're focusing on, they can put whatever they want in here. Now I am going to do my skincare with you this evening and show you me applying it, and also talk through the things that I'm focusing on and the ingredients in mine. But if you were thinking about potentially signing up for yourself or someone else, or looking to just switch things up a little bit, I have a discount code and it's Lydia and it will get you your daily doser for your first month for $4.99, which I think just try it. In my opinion, just try it for $4.99. You can't really go wrong. That's like if you were to go into somewhere like Boots and pick up one of the cheapest item, it's probably going to be around that in terms of skincare. Give it a try and see how it impacts your skin. And the one thing that I want you to know as well is that it isn't rigid. If maybe you get your first daily doser and there is an ingredient that doesn't agree with your skin, you don't have to, that doesn't mean that the product doesn't work for you. It means that you need to just try a new formulation and speak to the people at Skin and Me. This is what my skin is reacting like. Can we try something else, maybe a different formulation? And you can try and test until you get your perfect one. I think I had one formulation before this and it started off super well and then it wasn't doing so well. I spoke to them, and when I tell you we have nailed it, we have absolutely nailed it now. I know that I just pop this on my skin the next morning, wash my face, towel dry, and everything looks perfect. Obviously I would say that if you are going to be using Skin and Me, it does include active ingredients, so you will need an SPF. Skin and Me do their own SPF as well, so if you wanted to pick up both, you can do that as well. But I'm going to do my skincare with you later on this evening. I need to go down to the chickens, but I'll pop all of the information in the description box now for Skin and Me. My code is Lydia M, and it means that it will be $4.99. Just to reiterate, it's all on screen, but you know I've used this for such a long time, and I just think it's one of those products that I almost wish that I'd thought of it, because it's genius. It just takes all of the faff out of skincare, and obviously you don't have to use it every single day. Sometimes I'll skip a day and try something different. I love using skincare. I also like to incorporate other products into things just to keep that freshness as well. But maybe if I need a little added oomph, I'll give myself a double dose and my skin the next day will be like ka-ching. But anyway, I'll pop all of the details in the description box down below because I don't want to talk to you for too long. More than anything, you know that I love this product anyway, so, and I've used it for such a long time and it comes everywhere with me. So Everything's in the description box. Let's go check on the chicken. The doors are open and the sausage dogs have had their bath. You had your bath. Very shiny boy. I used the HERMES shampoo and I then used my conditioner and I'm very shiny, mummy. But we have to go and see the ladies this morning, so I'm going to pop on my Holland Cooper clogs. These are like my chicken shoes. And head on down and have a check. Morning.
Let's have a look at the loot.
We have one blue egg.
Wow.
Little one.
So good. It's the same blue egg every day. We've got one happy layer.
At the moment we've got one very happy layer.
No, we have two, but one's just not laying every day.
Yes.
Big double yoker.
Yeah.
In the blue every other.
And we won't get them every day from each
No,
hen.
I know.
There's only a few of them that have got the...
None of them will lay every single day.
No.
But they could lay up to like 300.
Yeah.
Which is nearly every day.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's...
But I think that we're just focusing on this sort of vitamin treatment that we're giving them at the moment and getting them settled because they've got a new home, there's new like sounds and things like that. The farmer is doing the fields around the coop at the moment and it's really noisy, and then we've had kids which then set the dogs off, and so we're just giving them a little bit of nourishment at the moment. But you had the 3 eggs this morning, you had another double yoker, didn't you?
Yeah, second one in 1 week.
Well done.
I know.
I love it. I haven't showed them the changes to the coop either.
Ah.
I need to
Do that.
do that. Oh, there's enough for me to have eggs.
Is that?
Yeah, I can have 2 eggs. I always have 2.
Oh.
You make your eggs in a frying pan, don't you?
Well, I normally fry my eggs, so yes. But if I'm scrambling them, I normally do them in a pot.
Same. People were like horrified that I do mine in a pot.
This morning I scrambled my eggs in a pan.
Yes.
But that's when I'm being lazy.
Ah, interesting, because it did kind of divide my audience a little bit, but they people, I've always done it in a saucepan, but...
Why, who doesn't? People do it in a pan.
I think it might be American versus English, but you can correct me in the
I feel like my eggs this morning looked like the kind of scrambled eggs you would get in Spain. So the only way I can describe it is that rather than being like fluffy clouds, they're slightly bigger chunks of scrambled egg.
Yeah.
Because obviously it slightly cooks differently.
Mm.
That's all I can think is different styles of...
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes, and this isn't like a disrespect thing, but sometimes when you go into buffet, canteen, or you can eat places to get your scrambled eggs, it sometimes look like the scrambled egg that I got out of the pan.
Yeah.
And when you go into a nice
establishment,
like a hotel,
and
they serve you eggs in the morning for breakfast with some salmon and chives on top, that's often cloudy and fluffy.
Yeah.
So just saying.
Yeah.
If you're cooking with a pan.
It's like how you cook your eggs is one of those things that could like divide the nation. You know, like how are you a scruncher or a folder when when you have the toilet paper?
I'm folder.
Ali is 110. Do you know what? I think I could tell that just by looking at you that you're a folder because of the way that you just like live your life.
Preparation is key. Sometimes I line 3 up ready to go.
Yeah.
Rest them on my knee. Speed and agility.
Oh dear. Now that we've got the eggs in, I thought I would bring you out for a little bit of a coop update. And I know that some of you were upset that I didn't show the chickens for longer. I'm so sorry. Honestly, I genuinely thought that would be really, really boring for you. So I'm still adjusting to the things that you guys find interesting, especially when like so much of my life has changed. But yeah, so I thought I'd bring you down and show you just a little update. We've had a water supply added into onto one of the posts so that when we clear out the chicken coop, we can give it a good hose down, also when we hose down in here as well. And we've also had some covering added, so these quercus hedges, just a little bit of them, just a touch, just to add a little bit of screening, and they seem to really be enjoying it, because we actually have popped one in the corner there, and they really enjoy it. We've got Gwyneth Poultry in her dust bath, which I kind of check that each of them are having their little dust baths each day. This is what Ali enjoys making for them so much. He makes them a little concoction, and then we just sit and we watch them. I think one of the things we're going to pop in here is a little bench for us so that we can sit in here, because honestly we come and sit down here so often with them. So yeah, that is Gwyneth. Gwyneth is probably the most picked on out of all of the chickens, and I would probably say that that is an accurate depiction of the real life Gwyneth Paltrow. People love to have a go at her, and so yeah, she does get picked on a lot. She is probably the youngest, so these ones are about 18 weeks I think. Whereas these ladies are older. These two are thick as thieves. Jemima and Bluebell are like besties, whereas Snowdrop and Gwyneth are definitely besties as well. Like, they really look out for each other. Whereas Beatrix is sort of like mother hen. She does tell off the youngsters, but she's so funny. She does tell off the youngsters, but she yeah, see, look, she just told off Snowdrop there as well, but she kind of keeps them in check, whereas these two are just best friends. Like, they'll go in the dust bath together, they're always curled up together. You checking on your friend? Good girl. Good girl. So yes, that is our girls. You can literally see the farmer spinning around, wheel spinning, but it's looking really lovely. And like I said, we're going to have like wildflower put around here so that it softens it next year. But yes, very exciting times. We're thoroughly enjoying having them at the moment, and learning so much about them and learning about their personalities and things like that. And I can also give you a little bit of an update on the carnage down this end of the house. As you can see, we have moved everything out of the wisteria room, and I feel like I'm really glad that I've done this, because you can kind of get an idea. And I think this is going to look so lovely when you look down this corridor and you see the Colfax and Fowler hydrangeas just down there with a beautiful old antique side table. Then you're going to have the edge of the green bed as well. I'm really looking forward to this. So what we've had done is we've had the skirtings and cornice painted in a colour to match the wallpaper, which looks really lovely. And we've also had all of the doors painted, so it's already so much lighter in this room, because if you remember, these doors were black and they are no longer black, although I have just realised I'm going to have to get them to paint these bits here, because those are still black. So this room will be done. We do also have plans to do in the bathroom as well, because we aren't doing this at the moment with anyone helping us. We're just taking the like workmen when we can have them, and it's just so happened that we're doing this first. It's not the done thing. We've also had the window painted in the same colour, and I just think this looks just gorgeous. You probably won't be able to see because of the colours, but because of the light, sorry, but it is looking really lovely in here. The only thing that is sad about it is the fact that because of the style of wallpaper, they have to pre-paper the walls. So they are going to be pre-papered on the Saturday, which is tomorrow. And we aren't probably going to be able to have that wallpaper hung for another few weeks. So it's going to take a little bit longer, but it's not the end of the world. I'm committed to just taking everything in my stride with this and getting things done as and when I can. So yes, obviously we're going to be waiting for the fabrics in here as well, and just all of those things. So it's going to be one of those very slow, just add things to it as they're done. But yeah, so that's the update in here, which is lovely. Oh, are you making coffee? Can I have a normal coffee though?
On the machine?
Yeah. Is that okay? Thank you. Best husband ever. But I'm going to take you upstairs. Oh, that was what I was going to say before I asked for the coffee. Actually, I need to pick up my dress. Oh, do I have enough hands? I don't think I've got enough hands. I don't have enough hands. Soz, hold on. There we go. This is a very lovely angle. Sorry, guys. There we go, otherwise I'll trip up the stairs. What was I gonna bloomin' say? Oh, in one of my previous vlogs, was when Ali told me when we were at the Grove that he got me a present. It's supposed to be arriving today, so he says. So this is a little present to congratulate me on Evergreen. And I also didn't show you what my friend Lauren got me, and I also didn't show you what Carrie got me, as well as like little gifts. So I thought I would show you those whilst we wait for Mr. Millen Gordon's present. What are you all at there? So obviously I went out with Lauren when I saw you last, and we had such a good night. Honestly, I was laughing so much. And she got me a gift. She did not need to get me a gift, but honestly, she made me laugh so much. So on here it says, a note for the author, and my darling Lydia, congratulations on your incredible achievement with Evergreen. I'm such a proud friend. Oh, I love that so much. So yes, that is my little card. And then this is my first ever like custom piece from HERMES. So this is so well thought out. I really do have to say that. I actually looked at buying one of these when I got my purse, but I wasn't going to buy both, but I know that this one will be much better for in my mini Kellys. So she got me their little tan. It's kind of like a coin purse, but almost better than a coin purse because you can fit other bits in. But the reason why this is custom is, first and foremost, you can see that she had my initials popped on the leather, so embossed on the leather, and then when you open it up to commemorate Evergreen, it's got the little horseshoe. Oh my goodness, so adorable. So just a little special gift as like a congratulations gift, which I thought was lovely. And whilst I'm up here, I'm going to put my hair up, not up, but I'm going to clip it off my face, because you know that I faff with my hair when it's down. But I wanted to show you this as well. This is very much an Evergreen Lovers beauty purchase. This is from the brand, I'm guessing it's Heirloom, but it's spelt Heirloom, and it's their Copper Dew all over nourishing oil with white tea and cedarwood. This is made in England with copaiba, Bariti and rosehip oil. Oh, this is honestly, like, you can use this everywhere. First of all, let me show you how beautiful the bottle is. Just super simplistic, and this is like that, if you just love like naturally occurring, beautifully thought out beauty brands, which I feel like I want to do a little bit of like a regular spotlight or something like that on brands like this, because if you remember, I discovered the beautiful brand Patisserie as well, whereas this one is like not just a body oil. This is an all over oil. So I've been using it on my nails, I've been using it on my hair, you can use it on your face, I've been using it on my feet. It smells incredible. Oh my gosh, and it comes in this beautiful little box. So if you know that someone's looking to get into sort of like oiling their hair, but they want to first of all support a brand that is fully recycled, vegan and natural, a waterless formula, sustainably sourced, upcycled apples, and few and fine ingredients, then this is one of those products and brands to support. So I'm going to pop some of this in my hair. And basically how I've been looking after my hair, because it really has meant a lot to me. I know I've mentioned this already, but so many of you have complimented my hair since taking my extensions out. And if you didn't know, that was the whole sort of reasoning for putting the extensions in. I realised once I had them put in that that's probably not the done thing, and people sort of didn't really understand what I was talking about. They sort of see it as my hair won't grow, so I'm having extensions, whereas for me, extensions were always a very temporary situation for me to have long hair whilst growing my hair out. And now we are fully like at the end of my journey with my hair. I'm now like, it's just maintenance. And so what I do during the week is I actually oil my hair every single day, sometimes twice a day. Usually I do it before bed, but sometimes I really like to use this oil in the morning so that it gives this beautiful natural fragrance to it. It does get quite weighted down by the sort of 5th day, I'd say, but because I generally put my hair back off my face now, it doesn't really matter too much to me. So I'm going to find one of my little mini clips, which I think I need to buy more of because I keep losing them, and just get my hair off my face so that I stop faffing with it. But if you're looking for an all over everything oil, like super, super nourishing, oh my gosh, I love it so much. I like put it all through the front bits of my hair. It's like after you've had your hair bleached, I find that oiling my hair regularly, it just gives it that nutrients and that thickness and that drink that your hair needs, and I love it. So anyway, where's my clips? There we go, I've just popped it up, and I'm definitely finding that this sort of more straightened hair look goes much better with my new cut that I had just done before my extensions. But yeah, loving this. Okay, hair is back, no more faffing, I promise. I'm now outside having a little bit of a tidy up out here. I hope now that evergreen is out in the world. That with the weather, that is why I think this year my kitchen garden has probably not been as cared for. It's definitely felt like I've neglected it a little bit, and there's been a few lessons for next year for sure. But I thought now that things are sort of out there in the world, I can definitely give this a bit of TLC, and I definitely think that my onions are ready to come up. There's a lot of weeds in here. I need to give it some attention for sure. So I'm going to dig some of these up and have a de-weed, turn the soil over, give it a bit of a refresh, and see what I can do elsewhere. Well, this bed is looking a lot better, having raked over the soil, and a whole basket of onions, shallots, we don't really know at this stage. Now onto the next bed, and this is the bed where things feel very, very fruitful. We've got parsnips, 2 sows of parsnips, carrots, salad, and my first ever French beans. These are the ones that I grew at the Le Manoir Gardening School, and they are just coming in. They have this beautiful purpley green colour to them, and they're looking very, very good. My goodness, we've got some good ones over here. Yeah, a whole purple pod. I'm actually going to be able to start harvesting these soon, which is good, but let's get this some TLC as well around this base. Well, I've just done this bed, and there were so many thorns growing in this. I can't believe it. I'm so embarrassed. All of the time clocks on the irrigation have been completely off in my beds, and they were getting way too much water. It's why my spinach kept going to seed. It's helped some things, it's not helped others. I'm about to take out my sweet peas because they are going over as well. Corn's doing amazing. And if ever you need a sign to cut back the leaves on your tomatoes, this is it. I'm about to do it again because it's just jam-packed with tomatoes. I actually can't believe the difference cutting, because I left them quite bare and I was a bit worried, like, did I give them too much of a haircut? But we've got so much more coming through. There's just tomatoes everywhere. I reckon I can probably take this little vine off and let them ripen, but I'm going to give them a little bit more time, I think, and just give everything a bit of a haircut. So yeah, I cut everything so far back with this, and look how big it is now. It's ridiculous. So time for another haircut, I think. I am just getting ready to go to bed. I've got a lovely cashmere cardigan on, and I know some of you will have seen me do this many times before, but this is my Skin and Me daily doser, and basically it has a little notch for every day that you use it, and it just clicks like this, and it dispenses just the right amount of product. I pop it onto my fingers like this, I rub it into my fingers like so, and I just basically apply all over my face and neck. You kind of have to rub it in quite quickly. I always say this so that you get to like spread it out everywhere. And what I do is I let it marinate on my face and just do everything that it needs to do. See, now that's like almost completely dry, so I like have to push it on quite quickly. But I let it marinate on my face, so I'll brush my teeth, apply my magnesium body butter. Then if I want to have more of an intense treatment, I'll probably just spritz my face with a face mist. If I'm not feeling like I need an intense treatment that night, I will apply any sort of rich, nourishing moisturizer. But for me, it's one of those things that's so consistent. I will always use it, my skin will always look good, my skin will always go back to its like beautiful, like glowiness when I'm using that. That is how I do it. Tonight, I'm gonna go for an intense one. So I'm just gonna grab a face mist once I've brushed my teeth, once I've got my pajamas on, that kind of thing. It's also on the days when I'm like time poor and I don't wanna spend like so much of my evening applying lots of different lotions and potions. I can cleanse, I can apply that, I can either spritz or put a moisturizer on and I'm done. Brush my teeth, all of that kind of thing. But I'm gonna go and get myself into bed now, give myself a bit of a spritz and let the dogs in because it is puppy bedtime. Just a reminder that my discount code for Skin and Me is Lydia M, and that will get you your first daily doser for $4.99, so it's a perfect opportunity to just test it out. I'll pop all the details in the description box down below and you can try it there. Come on, here we go, Barkley's coming. Good boy, good boy. Here we go, good boy, good boy. In your bed. Oh my goodness. Okay, a little bit better. And can you see that my dressing room is a little bit, it's not hugely messy, but it's a little bit messy because, good morning everyone, I probably look a bit weird because I have sort of kind of done my hair, but and also put in earrings because I am having a blooming nightmare. So I'm going to a wedding today, but this is like no other wedding I've ever been to before. It's sort of like a different structure and I actually really love this, and I love that the couple have just like made this their own and just done what's best for them, and I love this. But I'm confused. I don't know what to wear. I just don't know what to wear. And I need to do my hair and I need to get my bun up just a little bit more. There's also no dress code on the invite, and I have been racking my brains with what to wear, but I also set myself a task. I was like, I'm not gonna buy a dress specifically for this occasion because I feel like that's where I end up with dresses that I don't wear. So I wanted to make use of other dresses that I already have. However, I've got my Oscar de la Renta, which if it was a normal wedding, I would totally wear that because that's perfect. It was what I wanted to wear to the wedding in Rapallo, but if you remember, Oscar de la Renta didn't get it for me in time and they ended up sending it to me as a gift, which was just wonderful. I think the hydrangea Oscar de la Renta dress would have been better suited to the wedding in Rapallo, and I could have worn the Giambattista Valli dress this evening. I think that would have been perfect. However, that didn't happen, and I still think the Giambattista Valli dress would be perfect for this evening, but it is the same like general group of people that are going to be there. So I have my Monique Lullier dress as well, which divided opinions. I definitely would say that there was a lot more people that felt the dress was absolutely fine for a wedding. However, when I put my hair up like this, which I feel like this is how I want to have my hair this evening, it did feel more bridal then. And I also, like, people were saying message the bride. Like, in all honesty, I can't think of anything worse than bothering someone with something as irrelevant as my dress on their day. So that again, that's like my thought process. I don't want to bother the bride. She's got way more things to worry about. I'm sure she doesn't even care. But you also don't want to be that girl. I put this on my Instagram stories. You don't want to be that girl at the same time. But you also want to feel lovely because it's not often that you get to go to weddings and it's so much fun and getting dressed up and all of those kinds of things. So I've been in a bit of a moral dilemma, and I've realised that I'm just gonna have to try all of these on. I think I'm gonna film a TikTok trying to like decide. I've got a wild card in there as well, which Ali seems to love. So Yes, but I thought I'd get ready with you. So I've started off with my getting ready with you, obviously last night. I did my Skin and Me, and I've woken up this morning to glowy skin, which is perfect. I have also just slathered myself in the Patisserie Lemon Balm and Daisy body oil because I really love to give that sort of like dimension to my fragrance when I'm like doing something super special. So the Patisserie body oils are just another level. Like, they are so beautiful, and they also just look so beautiful when they're not covered in oil, because I'm an actual scrot bag. When they're not covered in oil, they are beautiful. Displayed around the house, so I've popped that on. I am going to do my makeup as well. Now my hair, I think I need to kind of raise my bun a little bit. This looks nice from the side, but when I'm front on, I kind of look a little bit like an egg, I think. Or is it just that you can't see it because of the light? I kind of need to look at everyone like this, just because I've got a bit of a flat head. Anyway, the earrings that I think I'm going to go for are my Susan Kaplan, but I need to like really secure this hairstyle. But I think first and foremost, I want to get my makeup on my face and get myself all glowy. I haven't got fake tan on at the moment. I haven't actually worn a full fake tan for a number of weeks. I'm just giving my skin a bit of a break and seeing how my skin responds. But I'm still wearing it on my face. So I'm gonna tan up my face just a little bit with some face mist, and then get cracking on my makeup. I'm gonna go full makeup today, so yeah, very excited. Oh, I love a good wedding. I'm gonna take these out for now because I feel like these are like a bit of a pièce de résistance. Excuse me, I've got tears coming down my cheeks and all of that kind of stuff because I want my eyes to be all nice and bright. And this morning I also ordered a load of seeds. I could have let my failures in my garden this year really dampen my confidence and my spirits, and I thought, you know what, I'm not going to do that. You've had a lot on your plate in terms of writing a book and that kind of thing. It's taken a lot of your time, a lot of your mental capacity. So in all honesty, you could just say, do you know what, I'm no good at gardening, or you could try again. And that's what I'm going to do. So I've ordered myself a load of seeds. Now, I wouldn't usually plant seeds for autumn, but why the hell not? So I've ordered a load of different things to plant up in the beds and try again. So if you've had some failures this year, I would implore you to order some autumn crop vegetables or the seeds and get planting, because that is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to have a lovely autumn veg garden when you want all of the cozy veg and that kind of thing. So I'll let you know what I ordered. Actually, I'll tell you now before I start doing my makeup. I have ordered, come on, salad leaves, the speedy mix. I have ordered radishes, which are the French breakfast. Now, I don't like radishes. However, I don't like tomatoes, but I do like my own tomatoes. So maybe I'll like my own radishes. I've ordered Swiss chard rainbow bright lights. So it's beautiful, like multicolored Swiss chard. I've gone for some lamb's leaf lettuce, lamb's ear lettuce, lamb's leaf. Pak choy tricolour mix. Pak choy is really good. I've gone for some carrots as well. So these are Adelaide seeds, hardy annual vegetable. We have some, I think it's lamb's leaf lettuce or lamb's ear lettuce. What is it called? Lamb's lettuce favour. So I've got that, and that is what I've ordered so far, because I'm going to give it another go, just because I'm not annoyed at myself for failing. I'm just like, do you know what? You've still got a garden, Lydia. You've still got soil in the beds. You've still got 2 hands. So get them in the soil and get your seeds sown. So that's what I'm going to do next weekend. I've actually got no plans next weekend, so perfect opportunity. So now for makeup. I want a little bit more of an instant tan on my face, so I'm going to use the Amanda Harrington London Face Mist. This is, I didn't realise Amanda Harrington had closed down. This is the Illuminating Bronzing Face Mist, and it has. Sad times, but you can still buy the stuff online. But yes, I don't really want to spray it onto my face because I'm scared I'm going to get it on this, but That's why I need a mirror. There we go. A little bit closer. It's a little bit better, isn't it? Right, we're just going to have to try and do it. Do I need to pluck my eyebrows? Let's give these a bit of a pluck. I've got my Tweezerman tweezers, just to shape up. I've also got this little thing that I ordered on Amazon. You know how I've always talked about the fact that my hairline actually joins up with my eyebrows? Not anymore. I've got one of these little face shavers from Amazon and they're amazing. Just to like kind of snatch up your brows, because I get proper fluff all around the edges. Probably shouldn't shave them, but you know, I can't see it. You know when you like can't get the right angles. So okay, and for plucking, oh, do you know what, that was getting a little shave there. This is always a hairy bit as well here. Okay, and I've got, I had this really like hard hair that had almost like gone to the dead stage of hair growth in my skin, and I couldn't get it out, and so I dug it out, and now I'm gonna have to cover that up. Sad times, but it's not a spot. That'll do, pig, that'll do. Just feel like that gives such a lovely like instant glow. I always use my Saint Tropez one when I'm like building up a colour, but this is just such a like natural kind of glow. I love it. Such a shame. Anyway, okay, time for, well no, I'm gonna let that kind of soak in and marinate a little bit, I think. I feel like I need to trim my brows a little bit. Sorry if I offend any Scottish followers with my horrendous Scottish accent there. I don't think that's one of my talents. Mr. Bean impressions, I'm good at. Scottish, clearly not. So the way that I trim this part of my brows, by the way, so I just kind of cut into it, because as you can see, this one starts really nicely there. And these are actually surgical scissors. I don't know where my Tweezerman ones are. I think they're downstairs. Oops. But these are my surgical scissors that they gave me when I had surgery, and I actually find them very useful for like cutting things, funnily enough. Oh God. I'm in a weird mood today. But yeah, I just kind of chop in really sporadically so that there isn't a lot of, but it also that it isn't too, just a little bit off that one and then we're good. Also, these past two weddings that we've been to have been like Ali's friends and their girlfriends and things like that. And like, I don't know if there's any girls that are watching this, but if you've ever like joined a group of girls that kind of know each other already, a lot of them went to school together, it could be quite hard to like integrate. Obviously Ali and I have been together 11 years and Ali has so many friends, and it's really nice because I actually feel like I'm like getting to that stage where I'm building like rapport with them and actually almost like friendships, which is so nice, because I think that I know that me in the early days, I definitely always felt like I was a bit on the back foot with them because they're already like so established in their friendships, and yeah, so it's, I actually like get excited to go to the weddings, which is so much fun. Okay, a bit of By Terry brightening CC serum in the shade Sunny Flash, which if anything ever goes on like my, I don't know why I'm being so morbid here, but you have to think about if you die, like what would my legacy be? And I was like, maybe people could just remember that like I did this, not that I made it, but like I kind of put it on the map. Nobody really knew about it, and now it's like an iconic product, and like I don't want to blow my own trumpet, but you know, just give me that. If I die, just give me that. I'm joking. I'm being a bit dramatic. However, I have just run out and I need to order more, and I keep forgetting to order more, and this is really bad because... Do I have any more? No. No. Oh, maybe a little bit in that one. Because I'll mix it in with my foundation as well. which, by the way, foundation is also nearly gone. So I am using the Dior Prestige. This is one of my favorite foundations of all time. This is in shade 3N 030. I loved the new Guerlain one. It's beautiful. I don't think it has the same staying power as this. And you know, when at a wedding, I just don't even want to think about my makeup. So that's my thought process. So I'm going to use 1 pump of this, which I'm very happy to say that I have enough left in that. 1 pump of, no, 2 pumps. 1, 2, 1.5. And mix it together. It has radiance already in it, but you know me. Because I don't want to look like I've got like a full face of like foundation on, but I also want to look like perfected, if you know what I mean. I'm gonna spend a bit of time on the old boat race today. I always have to remember as well, this might be a weird one and you might think that this is gross, but like when I wear my hair up in a bun, Q-tip your ears, Lydia. It's always something I'm like, I put my hair up in a bun and I'm like, oh, did I do that? Like, are my ears okay? I'm not like growing a cauliflower in there or anything. You can tell I'm in such a weird mood today. I've also not had Botox for months, and so my expression is coming back. Hokey cokey. So I kind of buff this in like all over so that it like really buffs into the skin. I feel like foundation is one of those really fascinating products, but my skin in me makes my skin like perfected for the base, which I'm just blooming, oh. I always notice when I've not worn it. So then I go in with 1 more pump without diluting, and I just use this to sort of, I've always got problem areas around my jaw, so I just add a bit of foundation around my mouth and jaw. The weather is so weird today. It's like blue skies that side, but it's like pitch dark now because there's clearly a cloud that's gone over. England is so weird this summer. Under my eyes, oh, do I go Beauty Pie or do I go Rhodial? Rhodial I'm gonna use on the tip of my schnoz. Ooh, that was a bit much. It's a little bit too much on my nose. Looks like I've got like a line across my face. Not a good look, Lydia. The sunlight is so bizarre today. I apologise. It's making me look very strange. Under eyes, Beauty Pie, little under eye corrector, Ijimi. I really like take it up to the lash line so that it opens up and sort of illuminates the eye. And we also take it up onto the schnoz to hopefully thin it down a little bit. Next up, bronzer. I'm going to use the Beauty Pie bronzer. Yeah, let's go bronzy bronze. Look at that light change, wowzers. It's amazing what lighting can do, hey? Now, blusher. Do we go with the Chantecaille Wild Meadow blush, or do we go with Hermes? Rose Hermes. Rose Hermes, I think. Should probably clean this blusher brush, really. I feel like we need some mist. We need some mist. Where is the mist? Ah, va bene. Oh, we have some mists of choice here, but I think I'm going to go with the Evergreen Beauty Lover's Dream. Look how much of this I've used. The Dew Mist from Seed to Skin. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, goodness me. Okay. Rhodial powder when that's set. And then we're going to go in with brown eyeliner, black mascara, both from Swede. This is the Dusty Brown and the Pro Lash mascara. I love brown eyeliner because it doesn't feel too, but black mascara always gives it that sort of, they just feel longer. I don't know why that is. I just always feel they feel longer, so they're definitely always like the choice for when I'm having like a full face. I definitely go for black every time, not brown. But like barely there, that's when we go for brown. I'm in such a weird mood today. I think it's because I'm genuinely like panicking so much over the fact that I don't know what to wear. And I'm really hoping that like if I ask on TikTok, they'll cancel me for even suggesting white and just put me off wearing that dress regardless. Little bit of the Rhodial glass powder, just dabbing that into the area around my lips. Okay. How do we look? How do we look? No. Oh dear. Right, where is my eyebrow brush? Right, well, we don't have an eyebrow brush, so we're going to use a toothbrush. For all those times you stood by me. Oh, I shouldn't sing because the likeness to Mariah Carey is that Mariah Carey? For all those times you stood by me. For all those, na, na, na. No, that's Celine Dion. Well, anyway, whoever the diva is, it's so uncanny that I get YouTube copyright claims, so I shouldn't sing on my channel, really. Do you know what I really hate? You know when someone's like a YouTuber and they can sing as well? I'm like, listen, we're supposed to be talentless. That's why we're doing this. Can you not be good at that as well, for God's sake? Really annoys me. They're like, oh, you know, I've just got this like hidden talent of like, oh. These are all my intrusive thoughts that I never share with the internet, and I probably shouldn't, but you know. So, Swede brown eyeliner, just doing very, very small flicks. Want it to look super natural. A little bit under the eye as well, just. Also, I can't be the only person that sometimes I spend like hours doing my makeup and then someone takes a picture of me later on in the night and I was like, I did all of that to look like that. I might as well have done nothing. Honestly, sometimes I'm like, Lydia, just stick to what you know. Don't try and do anything fancy because it's not your look. It's not the vibe. Right, I think I'm gonna put a little bit of the Rose HERMES on my eyelids because I'm a sassy and that's what sassy do, okay? I just know that Carrie is going to be texting me being like, Lydia, I love it when you're like this. You're so funny. And that's why you keep people around you that only blow smoke up your ass. I'm joking, this is so bad. This is why I think that the internet rarely ever gets my sense of humour, because most of the time I'm taking the piss out of myself, but my humour doesn't translate very well because it's like a proper, it's like not always universal, my sense of humour, I think. You know what I mean? Oh, I like the little peachy tone, that's nice, isn't it? Little bit peachy. I should have probably done this before I did my eyeliner, but we move because we're just not really doing anything with it. We're just kind of like put a little bit under the eye as well. I say that like I know what I'm doing, by the way, but that is just generally what I see everyone else do. They're like, we're just going to take this under the eye, and I'm like, me too. Yeah. Just copy Nikki makeup and just hope for the best, really, isn't it? Now let's put on mascara so that I can ruin everything that I've just done on my eyes. Does anyone else do that? Or is that just me? I feel like I've overdone my makeup. I'm looking a little bit niche. The thing is that I'm realising as well is that I'm doing all of this and I don't know if all of this makeup is going to go with every dress. But that's gonna make it bloody difficult, isn't it? And also, I don't know whether it's, but like, I don't see Ali having to worry about upstaging the groom. Why is it that we're like this as women? Sorry, this is where I get serious and I chop and change my thoughts on things, but like, it's just, well, the boys just don't have to worry about this stuff, and there we are, like, oh my god, like, no one ever wants to be that girl, ever. Like, and I genuinely think it would take a really, like, special person. Like, there's a special place in hell for those kind of girls that, like, on a wedding day would want to, like, upstage the bride. But we all just want to look nice and feel nice and, you know, get nice pics with our husbands and our friends. No one ever really wants to do that, do they? Although now this is when everyone's going to leave, like, comments, well, actually, at my wedding day, there was someone and they did this and blah, blah, blah. So I get it. But I want to tell you, if you're a bride or a bride-to-be, I want you to know that it is, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, it is physically impossible to be upstaged on your wedding day. It's impossible. Like, someone could come in the crown jewels. It's impossible. I promise you that. Because, like, a bride's glow is just like nothing you have ever seen. It's just, yeah, it's not humanly possible to do anything like that. When you are getting married, the glow that you get is, it's just, yeah. Oh, by the way, this is a lab sample and I can't tell you about this, but oh my gosh, when I tell you that people are literally like, what is on your lips? A lady the other day that I had a meeting with, she was like, that is exactly what I'm looking for my wedding day lip. And I was like, well, this is a collab that I'm working on. And for me, when I create something that people are like, oh my gosh, what is that? I'm like, my day is made. The amazing thing is you can wear it as matte, or you can like pick out the tones that are in the lipstick. So this was actually supposed to be like the perfect autumn transitional nude, but obviously I have been wearing it loads, and I found that like corally lip balms or like subtle hues. So this is the Coral Regarde from Regard. I don't know, I'm not French. But this is the Hermes. I have no idea how you say that. But it looks nice over the top. Et voila for the lip colour. Obviously hair is not finished. I need to find the outfit first so that I know I'm not going to ruin it, and then I'm going to get the outfit on and then I'm going to do my hair. Okay? Okay. But the final item for the face is a little bit of highlight, and I can't find my Beautify one, which is really irritating. So I'm going to use this MAC one instead. Needs must. Super glowy. I mean, we've definitely gone full face, Lydia. Definitely gone full face. Ooh, one thing we've not done is the tip of your snoot, which you need to do, Lydia. Otherwise, you don't have any definition to your snoot. Okay, makeup is finished, and I've just filmed a TikTok trying to decide what to wear. This is one of the options. I've popped on my Susanna London skirt and a little basque, but I'll link everything in the description box. I still haven't decided, but Ken is here and he's been wallpapering the spare bedroom. Not the actual wallpaper, the underpaper, and they've kindly hung a bit of the wallpaper for me so that I can see it, because Ken fully understands how sort of impatient I am with these things. So we're gonna go have a look. Ken is wearing his lovely little green pink apron in honor of breast cancer.
And?
And?
For the room.
Oh yes, yeah, we went for the little green National Trust, what was it called? Stock Mid 173. So that's what we've got on the woodwork, on the windows, and we are now going to sort of hang up, just to have a look, the paper on the walls. They're going to, I think, mask and tape it up for me. Where are we doing it? Here? Oh wow, oh my gosh, it looks amazing. Oh, it's going to be so pretty. Maybe we could do it all with masking tape. The purple masking tape really adds to it. Oh, it's so pretty. Wow. Oh, it looks so nice. Love that you said that it was granny wallpaper, Ken.
It's a bit...
Stay there.
Yeah. Yeah, that, oh my gosh, it looks so nice. Oh, I can't wait to see it all over the walls. It's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Well, I did end up settling on this dress. I have secured the hair. It is raining, so I'm very happy that my hair is up. And we are ready to leave. We're just waiting for our taxi to arrive to take us to the station. So that is the final look. Can't breathe, but who cares? Good morning, everyone. I am very, very sore-throated today after a very, very late night for a wedding. So a little bit bleary-eyed. I think we ended up getting home about 2 o'clock and it was worth it. What a wonderful, wonderful wedding and party and just such a good time. But I want to do nothing more than spend some time in the garden today, and I want to plant up my gift from Carrie. So this is a beautiful silver birch tree. I think it's silver birch, I'm not too sure, but what we're thinking of doing is adding it to this corner here. It's already on irrigation and I think it'll be a really, really good spot to get some height as well. Silver birch is a symbol of new beginnings and growth, so that was the sort of significance of Carrie buying me this for the celebration of the announcement of Evergreen, and I think I wanted to take pride of place so that when we look out of the office window it will just sit there really nicely. I'm also clearing in preparation for autumn planting. Tomatoes are starting to come in as well. These were the 2 tomatoes that Ali's Gramps gifted to me, and we have some lovely tomatoes on there. They didn't do particularly well here, but hopefully I'll be able to harvest some seeds so that we always have tomatoes from Ali's Gramps. I have just picked my first of the purple beans, and honestly I think I'll do these every year. They are so, so lovely and they look beautiful as well. Now that we have looked at our irrigation system, because I definitely think there was too much water going on, my courgettes are doing a lot better. So we've got 2 that I'm going to harvest there probably as well, and just carry on with a bit of clearing. These tomatoes over here though, they are doing wonderfully, and these corn are almost ready to go. But as you can see, these were supposed to be our Brussels sprouts, and you can see the culprit right there. This is the white butterfly, and she, as lovely and beautiful as she is, and I'm glad that she's enjoying some food. These are supposed to be our Brussels sprouts, and unless I get one of those frames built, it's just never going to work here, unfortunately. So yes, these are some tomatoes that came up last year from last year's plants, so I'm just going to see how they do. And we have probably a vine that's ready for picking, I think, about now. But yeah, just a lot of maintenance today.